A top Hindu voice arrested in Bangladesh, once again highlighting the condition of minorities in Bangladesh. This at a time when Bangladesh's caretaker government has been insisting that this is a narrative that is being largely peddled by the media. In fact, a top Hindu voice arrested in Dhaka is a clear indication of which way it is headed and how exactly radicals in Bangladesh are now running the Yunus government. In fact, following the arrest of the Hindu saint, you have Union Minister Shukanto Majumdar now meeting the Director of Communications of ISKCON, Yudhishthir Govinda Das. And this is what the Union Minister says, that they've discussed the plight of Hindus in Bangladesh and the illegal arrest of Chinmoy Prabhu, a revered Hindu monk and voice of Hindu minorities. Now, his detention by Dhaka police for peaceful advocacy is deeply concerning. Now, that's what you've had the kind of communication that is essentially taking place from India. Shukanto Majumdar, Union Minister, is also joining us on this broadcast. Thank you very much, Mr. Majumdar, for joining us on this broadcast. If you remember, for the longest time, there is a narrative that was being peddled by the Yunus government, particularly when he has made those visits to the Western world, where he says that this is largely the whims and fancies of the Indian media. The Indian media is basically peddling this entire narrative. With the arrest of the ISKCON priest, it's clear that things are just going downhill in Bangladesh.
Yes, but previously the Bangladesh government actually denied everything. But being an inhabitant of a bordering district, myself personally, I know what are the incidents those are happening in Bangladesh. And especially when Chinmoy Prabhu, yesterday when he was arrested, and he was the voice of the Sanatanis there, and he could aggregate all the Hindus along with some other minorities also in the Bangladesh and raise the voice of the Bangladeshi Hindus, and that was the reason, that's why he has been arrested and is really with the false charges. So that is a great concern. We are really concerned about the fate of Chinmoy Prabhu, and the thing is that any kind of political activities, or it may be the non-political activities, that any kind of agitations is, Bangladesh government is not allowing any kind of agitations. The Hindus, whenever they are coming out of their home, they are protesting against these atrocities. They are getting either they are getting arrested by the Bangladeshi police, RAF, and sometimes the...
Sorry to interrupt you, because I wanted to also ask you, because you've had the opportunity to speak to the ISKCON temple authorities. What is it that they are telling you? If you can help our viewers understand the current situation in Bangladesh, especially after the kind of communication that you've had, and as the government of India, what is the information that you have about the current situation in Dhaka and other parts of Bangladesh?
Now see, today I met one of the representatives from the ISKCON, that is Yudhishthir Govinda Das. He is the communication director of the ISKCON. But he actually he came for some, along with that issue, he discussed a lot of other things. But the main thing is that ISKCON already, they have raised their point through social media. Everybody is concerned about the thing, about the incident happened there. And today I am not here as a union minister. Rather, I would like to represent the people of Bengal, being the state president of BJP from the state of West Bengal. Because, the ISKCONs and all these Vaishnavite are the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was from the Bengal. Bengal is the sacred land where he took birth. So, all the ISKCON, even the ISKCON headquarters is in Mayapur. So, as a Bengali, it is my duty to raise the voice when a Bengali ISKCON Prabhu, Guru, he has been arrested and against some false charges. And really it is unacceptable. We feel that he should be released as early as possible. Even I have talked to Yudhishthir Prabhu. He is also of that opinion. Even ISKCON is of that opinion that the Prabhu should be released as early as possible.
One final question, Mr. Majumdar, that I want to take with you. One, batenge to katenge. Does this slogan now also apply to Hindus outside India? And secondly, as part of the government, what is it that the government is essentially doing in order to protect Hindus even outside?
The Bangladesh incident is a really eye-opener for all the Hindus, especially the Bengali Hindus. I should say that. Because few years ago, if you look the history of Bangladesh, when the Hindus in the Bangladesh were in a considerable amount, at that time, but the Bangladeshi Hindus could not aggregate. Now Bangladeshi Hindus are eager to aggregate, but their percentage is only 8% in Bangladesh. Now this should be the eye-opener for the Hindus, especially those who are staying in the state of West Bengal. Because even few days ago, some portion of West Bengal, the Beldanga Hindus, they have faced this kind of Bangladesh kind of experience. They have experienced the Bangladesh incident in few days ago. So this is the eye-opener. This should be the eye-opener for the Hindus of Bengal, because some pockets of the West Bengal became the small Bangladesh, mini Bangladesh. Yep. Even in the constituency of our mayor of the great Calcutta city, the Hindu temple or Hindu pandal of Ma Durga was attacked by the goons.
Well, thank you very much, Union Minister Shukanto Majumdar, on joining us on This Is Exclusive, putting this into perspective. Perhaps this is going to be an eye-opener for those who believe that such an incident never occurred, that this is just a media creation, and especially to those who have been watching this very closely and are supporters of Muhammad Yunus. Is Muhammad Yunus essentially working for the Islamic radicalists? That's the focus. Now let's just take you through who is this ISKCON priest that we are talking about and how it all started. If you take a look at the chronology, you'll understand that this is now becoming a usual pattern in Bangladesh, particularly those who have been a voice of the Hindus. In fact, as far as Chinmoy Prabhu is concerned, he's largely seen as the face of Hindu unity in Bangladesh. On the 25th of October, in fact, a false sedition charge was registered. Let's move on to what happens next. 22nd of November is when Chinmoy Prabhu's protest rally begins. We'll stay with this. 25th, ISKCON's Chinmoy Das is arrested. I'll just want you to stay with this graphic while I'll just explain how it all started in terms of the rallies that were being called. Ladies and gentlemen, from the time Sheikh Hasina was ousted, minorities in Bangladesh, not just Hindus, but several other minorities have been the target of the Islamic radicals. In fact, places like Chittagong and a few other places where we've seen Hindus are being constantly targeted, particularly when the Durga Puja was happening. There were multiple diktats that were actually issued. And these diktats essentially came in from these Islamic fundamentalists. Questions have also been raised of the other political parties too. Let's move on to what happens next after the 25th of November when he was arrested. Let's move on. 25th of November, again, on that same very day, his sedition case against him was upheld by the court in Bangladesh. Let's move on. Protests erupt in various parts of Bangladesh. That's on the very same day, the 25th. Protesters have been attacked. Remember, this is the time when things go out of hand. Bail is then denied to Chinmoy Prabhu. In fact, we played out that soundbite for you where he says that he's being not even given basic amenities. Protests outside the court that denied the bail, again on the 25th of November, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is the biggest cause of concern. The lawyer of Chinmoy Prabhu was also killed. This was outside a police station. That's what has happened in Bangladesh. Let's just quickly take you through a ground report.
Yesterday, Yunus's police jailed one of Bangladesh's top Hindu voices, Chinmoy Prabhu. Various parts of Bangladesh erupted in massive protests. Not only in Bangladesh, but there were protests in Bengal as well.
वो मौलवादी सरकार है, इलीगल गवर्नमेंट यूनुस का सरकार को बर्खास्त तो किया जाए, वर्ल्ड कम्युनिटी को आगे आना चाहिए और यहाँ का हिंदू भी जोर प्रोटेस्ट करेगा. ऑल हिंदू शुड कम ऑन द रोड एंड स्टार्ट aggressive agitation against this atrocity.
This after the Hindu seer was denied bail and allegedly not being served food in prison.
আপনি মনোবল শক্ত রাখবেন।
আমার অনুরোধ হচ্ছে সবার কাছে, আপনারা অনেক কষ্ট করেছেন সনাতনী সমাজের জন্য, সবাই মিলে অন্তত আমাদের কর্মসূচিগুলো যেন
The Ministry of External Affairs expressed deep concern over the situation in Bangladesh. Protesters are being attacked all around the country. Is it finally time for the Yunus government to act now?